Right, 20 October 2025, and today I'm excited to be giving you the evening clarity updates where we go to bed knowing what is important and what is not. Unfortunately, today I'm in a war zone, so today there's a lot of fireworks around my house, and we're going to have to be very quick. So today we're looking at the next move that is going to be made by Mnangagwa. And today we've seen two people coming out to give more clarity. Mnangagwa is getting advice from a lot of people as he gets ready to reshuffle the government. So Mnangagwa is going to make 3 or 4 groups of reshuffles. That is within the military, within the cabinet, within ZANU-PF, and also his spokespeople. However, the biggest reshuffle that is going to make is on the vice presidency. That is on Chiwenga. And the advice that he's getting is becoming more and more clear because Mnangagwa tests his theories through his people. So he uses people who've got platforms to test his theories. For example, you've seen the accusation that George Aramba is the one who is writing the speeches for Vice President Chiwenga. So that accusation has come out today, and that Nick Mangwana is weak. That has come out today from Themba Mliswa. However, I think the most important revelation has come from Ese Lumumba this afternoon, who has said Chiwenga is going to be sent to either China or Russia. So that is what he has said. But let's unpack what he said first. He said there are 4 groups of obstacles in the path of Mnangagwa. The first obstacle is Chiwenga. The second obstacle is the judiciary. The third obstacle is the people. So the people could generally just go up against Mnangagwa. And obviously the fourth obstacle would be opposition leaders. For example, someone like Nelson Chamisa. So those are the obstacles that he says are available. And he has said Chiwenga must then be removed. It's necessary to remove Chiwenga and send him to China or to Russia. So I'm going to show you that small clip, and then we're going to just unpack it in a few seconds. So Mnangagwa and Chiwenga are going to meet in 2 days at the Harare Agricultural Show. So I'll give you more details in the morning about the meeting that is going to take between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. I'm expecting Chiwenga to appear on Wednesday when Mnangagwa is the guest of honor at the Harare Agricultural Show. So let me show you what was said by Ese Lumumba, and then we'll take it from there.
Players that are in the way. First, you have ZANU-PF factionalism. Chiwenga's faction is the highest impact internal threat. If you ignore it, it could split the party or block amendments. Deploy him to Russia, to China, give him a ceremonial role, neutralize the risk.
Okay, so neutralize the risk by moving him to China or to Russia. So let's look at what else he says about Chiwenga over here.
If you want to neutralize Chiwenga, it's possible. The 2-year extension may cost more than it's actually going to gain. History has shown us that Mnangagwa's survival depends on managing internal dynamics, not legal maneuvers. Why not just get rid of Chiwenga? Get rid of him. He is going to be in the way. Get rid of the guy.
Okay, you can go and watch that video. Very important for you to understand who is paying who in this game. So there are people who are communicating, but they're not communicating for themselves. And that is why I say to you that Chiwenga needs a team, because Mnangagwa has deployed the official team and the shadow government. So Mnangagwa has a shadow government, people that operate exactly as if they're in government, but they're not in government. So people like Themba Mliswa, when they talk, go back to everything that we've been saying about Themba Mliswa over the past 3 months and look at what has happened after. Look at what Ese Lumumba is saying and look at what is going to happen after. So Mnangagwa is deploying parallel structures and he's communicating what is going to happen next in the military, in the judiciary, within the spokespeople. So the next targets right now is the people that speak for Mnangagwa. They've been very quiet. So according to Mnangagwa, Charamba and Nick Mangwana have not been doing a good job. So you're going to see a movement against those people. You're going to see a movement against Chiwenga and Mini. You've already talked about Mini yesterday. So today you see S. Lumumba talking about Chiwenga. Yesterday you saw Temba Mliswa talking about Mini. So last night I was talking about Mini right here because a statement had been put out. So they are working on a strategy. It's not going to be the same. You can't continue with the same government. And that's why you see that no move has been made in parliament. Those moves are coming. And moving Chiwenga out of the country is one of the things that is going to happen because Chiwenga has not made a move. So he needed to have made a move as soon as that conference started to talk about resolution number 1. Chiwenga needed a plan at the conference. You should have had a plan to deal with it during the conference. Now that is not dealt with at the conference, the question would be, why did you keep quiet when we gave you 1 second to respond? You saw that Opam Chinguri gave exactly 1 second for him to respond. So we've got, okay, let's tie it up. So let's tie it up. We said Chiwenga is an obstacle. The people who are spokespersons, they are seen as people who are not communicating or they are working for Chiwenga. For example, George Charamba has been named today as someone who's writing speeches for Chiwenga. You can go and check it out on Newswalks. It's there today. They've said that Charamba is the one who wrote the speech from Mnangagwa at Mutare. So it may be true, it may not be true, but it is out there. So you've got movements that are going to take place in the military, in the judiciary, in the presidency, as we've been saying. And then you're going to see other movements taking place within ZANU-PF. A restructuring is going to take place within ZANU-PF. So that is where we are. But the biggest obstacle is seen as Chiwenga, and Mnangagwa is expected to make a move. And that move is not just simply keeping him in Zimbabwe, but to send him either to China or to Russia as far away as possible. And they will also take his wife and put her over there, and they would have dealt out with all these issues. All right, I think we've covered this. Let's now wrap up with M31. So we've said that M31 is going to continue. We're going to continue working as if there is no change. We don't believe that Mnangagwa is going to succeed. So we're going to continue as usual. We're going to be setting up, and on Friday, we're going to make an announcement. I'll let you guys know the announcement that we're going to make on Friday. Then, in terms of the manifesto, we are clear. We've got the best manifesto ever. GAMBAKWE 2028 is the best manifesto. $1,500 tax-free for everybody. 160 new towns, high-speed rail, only 6 ministries. And I want to mention that for the military, we've got a military planned city. That is very important. We're going to give every soldier, every person in intelligence, police, prison service, teachers, nurses, a 3-bedroom house. And we're going to modernize the country. So our country won't look the way it is right now. We're going to build 160 new towns and move people, resettle people differently. And if you look at a place like Gutu, Gutu is going to look modern. It's not going to look like it's looking. Gutu will look like this. So this is what Gutu will look like. I'm going to make it my first place to make this change. And then obviously we're going to have homecoming. All our people in South Africa, UK, USA, you'll be back home by 2030. And a tourism-based economy. So that is what we're planning. And devolution is very, very important. We're going to remove all centralization in the country. We're going to have different provinces managing their own budget, running their own departments, and a province that does well is going to attract the most people. So if your province is well managed, people are going to flock to your province and they're going to do very, very well. We're going to have a massive number of leaders, not this small number of leaders we've got, but not in a central government. We're going to do this in a way that every province has got their own leaders. Right, I think, let's look at the comments, but generally it's too quiet. ED must go, Wakupenga, Hi President Mnangagwa, watch you from Cape Town. Who is in Cape Town? Let's make a meeting. I'm going to invite one person to meet me in Cape Town, one person only. to meet me for breakfast and I'm buying. So what's up there? One person, I meet you and I buy. So that is going to happen very, very soon. So I think we're covered. I want you guys to always understand where we are. The important thing today was suggestions that appear to be suggestions, but it's actually direction of what is going to happen. Chiwenga is the next person to be removed. Changes in the military, changes in the judiciary, and then changes at cabinet. And then the obstacles, Chiwenga is at the top, the judiciary is second. So Mnangagwa is going to make those movements. And you already have Ziambi over there. And don't forget, one important thing you mustn't forget is Nyoka Emabonu. So Nyoka Emabonu is going to go to court next week. So next week, Nyoka Emabonu is going to go to court. And I would like to ask anyone who wants to cover us to travel to court. So if you want me to travel to court and you want to assist us, you must WhatsApp me over there. I want to be at court so that we can see how we can assist Nyoka. Nyoka has got 2 court appearances next week. That is for the fraud matter and for the extradition matter. We've been trying to ask the Zimbabwe government to withdraw the cases. We're going to try again this week. I'm going to once again write to Mnangagwa and ask him to ask the guys to withdraw this case so that Nyoka can be out. So we're going to do it this week. Very sad, Nyoka has been in jail for over 130 days as we speak. So next week he's going to be in court, and I would like anyone who wants to assist us to WhatsApp there. That is for flights and just a few days, like 5 days of hotel. So I think we've covered it. Let's see if there's any more comments. I really like your strategy, boss. Yes, join our party, join M31. And what I'm going to announce on Friday is going to be so big. So look forward to what we're announcing. There's no way we can do it without support. So the opposition needs to be funded. If the opposition is not funded, you cannot do anything. Do you know that the government of South Africa gives the EFF over 300 million rands every year as part of their support? So without that kind of support, the opposition won't do well, and we need it to do well. Then you can also go and look at Sengezo Chabangu. Sengezo Chabangu is going to celebrate his birthday today. That is interesting. The 20th of October. That is Sengezo Chabangu, who is the president of M31. President of M31 currently is GAMBAKWE. GAMBAKWE 2028. That is what it is. We're going to announce for you more details on Friday. Remember, M31 is a coalition. So it's not a party. But in Zimbabwe, to contest elections, you need a party. That's why we have a party, but we're a coalition. Kwagutu, Ndokwedu. Yes, Kwagutu. The most people in this country who are in politics come from Gutu and Masvingo. So almost everyone that you know comes from this area, Gutu or Masvingo. They are they are politicians, but they also need to be sorted. They need to be sorted. We need to do well. And I promise that we're going to do well. We're going to set up a political party that is going to go up after ZANU-PF, and we're going to do well. We're going to win. You never be tired of lying. Mliswa is paid, and stop giving opinions as facts. Upskill yourself. I don't know whether you saw Mliswa being paid, Ulitandi. You actually saw someone paying Mliswa, because you are talking of facts, right? You saw someone paying Mliswa, and then you are saying opinions, give opinions. All you are saying is opinions. At least I'm showing you a video of someone talking, and I'm showing you what they said. I'm taking you to Mliswa's Twitter. You are saying Mliswa was paid, and you didn't even see it. So what affects? How do you start a party and then you want people to fund for you? Yes, parties are started and then they are funded. If you don't fund the opposition and they're a billionaire and they're a millionaire, you are going to die and you're going to leave your money and it's going to be lost because your country has got a poor governance system. Guys like GAMBAKWE, they come once in a lifetime. How many times have you ever seen a person who is always present, updating you, making sure that things are right? It's very rare. Right. Where is GAMBAKWE no work? Everything's there. We're still working on it. That's why you saw the manifesto. It incorporates GAMBAKWE no work. And I'm working with people behind the scenes, because if you didn't become a part of a program, you are not in it. There are many, many programs that we do which you don't even know. And in the next few weeks, we're going to launch another program. I've got so many things going on, and it's amazing. Then I want to end with our sponsor, Mve. So starting on Monday, next week, we're going to a different tree. So you know that we change our trees. So we've had one tree for a very long time. Starting on Monday, we're going to a different tree, and we're reducing the dosage for everybody. So we're going to a smaller packet. It's not our wish to go to a smaller packet, but we've been forced because our sponsor no longer makes the bigger packet. So starting Monday, we're going to a smaller packet and a smaller dosage. And I'll let you guys know. But that is very interesting because it's totally different than before. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I like it when I come here. And I want to obviously address what you just said, Mkoma Tafanzwa. You've seen what is happening with the Sarawaka. I like Sarawaka very much. I talk to him all the time. Sarawaka leaves South Africa to go to Zimbabwe. All the war veterans, most of them left South Africa to go to Zimbabwe. Most of the guys, they are doing a lot of work. Mnangagwa is not going to go to 2030. It's a generational duty to stop Mnangagwa. It's not illegal to say Mnangagwa must not go to 2030. It's not illegal to go and gather and say Mnangagwa must not go to 2030. So I like to thank people like Sarawaka. The police were very calm this time around. They did not beat anyone up. They did not do anything crazy. But we still have our elderly people in jail. So yesterday, today they went to a bail hearing. I'll let you know in the morning what would have happened with our elderly people between 75 years and some of them, most of them around 50 years old, which is very, very sad. Right, I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the morning, and a good night to you all.